Okay, so I'm gonna do a little background of the last one. So we went from like Zabuza and well them getting the secret mission, them beating up the Julian brothers, all of that. Zabuza end up joining the Leaf because he's tired of getting bounty hunted, and then we go to the Chunin arc. The Chunin is an arc basically. So all of them cheat on the tests. Well, Naruto doesn't have to cheat. Sasuke does like throw his Sharingan, and Minma gets helped by Naruto a little bit, basically. And then the Force of Death, Sasuke does get the mark, but Naruto is able to seal it with the 3-element seal, basically. Now, we're going to get into the good, juicy stuff in the Chunin exam preliminaries. So, the Hokage is basically like, we have to get the weaker ones out. So, we're going to do the preliminaries. Bro, Sakura versus Ino basically goes the same with a draw because, both of them are garbage. Okay. I forgot. Well, I don't really got to remember all the matches. All of the matches go pretty much the same, except Minma pretty much just goes straight to the next bracket because he's the extra person. Him and Shikamaru both go to the extra bracket for some reason. Hokage just thought about it, and you feel me. Well, all the fights go the same. Minma just goes to the next bracket. I think Kankuro went to the next bracket. Well, whoever else went to the next bracket, they're going with Minma, and they're going to fight. We're just going to say... And then we're going to say they went up to the next bracket together. They're going to the fight in the next round. Okay, all the fights go the same, but Naruto just gale palms the crap out of Kiba. He just gale palms him like 2 times. And then he holds Akamaru and he's like, I will fire bullet your dog right in the face. Like, I'm not even playing. Or I would just gale palm him straight in the stomach. He's over. Then Kiba's like, I quit. But this time, like, hold up, dang it, man, I forgot to tell, well, flashback. So, Naruto does know Konohamaru because Konohamaru saw how strong he was, and then he was like, Naruto, can you train me? And then he was like, yeah, and he showed him the Setsu Jutsu. Because Naruto would have, like, some of the purposes that his dad has, so he would invent that to get on his dad's nerve. But Uncle would always punish him. So he would stop doing it, but he'll teach him. Then he saw Kankuro, messing with him. He's like, Kankuro, leave him alone, I'll force you to. Kankuro like, what you gonna do? And he saw the string, he was like, oh, so you're a puppet user. It was like a puppet that Kankuro never used. It was like really small, but it was just for like long range attack. He tried to shoot at Naruto. Naruto said fire bullet and burned it. And he was like, bro, this is my custom made. I made that myself. And he was like, well, you should have left the kid alone. Then Tamari's like, let's go. And then Naruto's like, we ain't gale palm. He was about to rip a hole in her family. He was like, oh, this might be your weapon. And then she was like, oh, thank you. I really don't know if I should go to Hinata route or the Tamari route. I'm going to ask like my family members for advice. And I'm going to ask y'all for advice. Whichever one comes first. So Tamari starts taking a little liking to Naruto. So they exchange numbers. You feel me? You feel me? They exchange numbers. And then he's like, tell your third person to come out of the tree. And then Guard's like, how did you notice me? I had to conceal myself. I will enjoy dripping your blood. And then Sasuke like, hey bro, chill. We will straight up jump you out here. And then Guard's like, Sasuke Uchiha on that freaking demon jump. I don't mess with that, but I have to say it for the story. So then he's like, I'll catch you in a tournament. So Kankuro freaking hates Naruto's whole team. But go back to the present time, okay? So all the fights happen the same, except this time Gaara doesn't, kill Lee. Because we'll say that he's a little bit less crazy and doesn't break Lee's leg because Guy gets there in time. Because I remember Guy, he noticed it, but he was too slow. But let's just say Guy noticed it a little bit earlier, so Lee didn't get his legs, just broke and shit. And then they have like the 1 month training journey. So Jiraiya coming from Minma, but then Naruto like, please, can you be my mentor and shit? And then Jiraiya's like, I want to teach you the Toad summoning. And Naruto was like, I already have 2 different summonings, but I still want to learn it. Then Jiraiya was like, wow, are you actually a Genin? He was like, yes, but my dad taught me a dog summoning. He actually gave me one of his dog's children. You know, like that dog that, Naruto has 3 dog summonings. He has a combat dog summoning. He's like human sized. Then he has a sensory dog summoning. It's like a bloodhound looking type dog. Then the attack, then the combat looks like kind of like a German Shepherd. And he has a healing dog. The healing dogs look like one of those big puffy dogs that, look like he got a mop on it. You feel me? It's funny, but that's the only girl dog it has. And then the snake summoning, he doesn't have that big of a snake summoning. Like the snake summonings, like, imagine like Sasuke and Naruto. Imagine like, you remember how big that toad was that Jiraiya was on? It was like that. It was like 2 times bigger than that. So it's like basically like it can be a combat and like basically like a snake that can like help you move around quicker and stuff. So he has that because he learned it from his mom. So Jiraiya's like, okay kid, let's see if you can let's see if you can summon something. So Menma summons Menma ends up summoning Gamabunta. Gamabunta doesn't believe, he believed that Naruto actually summoned him. He's like, come on kid. He's like, I actually didn't summon him, it was actually him. So Menma passes, he does all the stuff Naruto do, but what Naruto does in the background, he gets a toad like when Jiraiya be riding on the toads, he got like a toad 2 times bigger than that. It was like a special toad that Jiraiya said, how did you summon him? He's like a ninja warrior toad. Like, okay, so I'm gonna try to figure out his design, but I think he's gonna be like black and red. His blades gonna be he gonna have 2 blades. One of them gonna be black and one of them gonna be straight red. And then he gonna have like armor on him and stuff. And then Naruto's gonna be like, can I make a toad contract with you? Then they gonna high five and stuff. Then he gonna be like, my 3rd summoning, yes. And then you already know that Uncle already taught Sasuke to summon jutsu because he said I don't want to be left behind. And then he learns that in one day because Sasuke gonna have an affinity for snake summoners, you feel me? And then he pretty much just doing his Chidori training like normal. But Naruto and Menma both want to learn the Rasengan, but he said, I will teach you Rasengan. Naruto actually gets 2 of the steps done automatically. Menma gets 1 done. So they're like, thank you, master. But and then he said, and then they said, do you have any other jutsu that you could teach us? They have 1 week. You know, like that jutsu called the lion's mane, like when it comes around your body. Naruto learns that one. And Menma learns the one where you like it's called, and then Menma learned Mud Wall because I forgot to tell you that his nature releases is lightning and earth. He get lightning from his dad, then he just get earth because he's a pretty defensive character, pretty much. So he learns Mud Wall from Jiraiya, and Naruto learns Lion's Mane. So now they both learned that in a week, and Sasuke basically just learns Chidori. So basically, we're going to the next round. Okay, this time Sasuke isn't late, so they won't start the thing like they did in the regular canon. They will start it in the not the quarterfinals, but the semifinals, depending on what place Gaara's in. So now that Sasuke can go first, he ends up he does the same thing in canon, except they're first. Gaara's like, you drew my blood, now I'm gonna kill you. But then the pop just says, it's over, it's a draw. And then Gaara tries to kill Sasuke, but you know, Kakashi jumps in, Chidori's all the same, and then he's like, they said the fight was over. And then Gaara's like, Sasuke Uchiha, I will get you. And then Sasuke just like, alright, bro, it's straight, man. Like, dang, like my nigga, chill. He's like, chill, the fight over. But you know, Sasuke slick like, bro, he had to get him a fight, man. But he's still like, bro, they know I really won, though. And then Sakura just like, don't mess with my Sasuke. I would. Bro, if it didn't have any support to canon, bro, I would straight up just make Gaara kill Sakura. But she's for the story, like when Gaara's get taken, then she's the only person who's in the village to be able to heal Kankuro. So, And I don't want to eliminate Kankuro, so bro, I got to keep Sakura for now. For now, I'm gonna make her die, but for now, she's straight. I hope I can. I'm gonna try to, but you feel me? Okay, and then all the rest of them go the same except Naruto. Straight up just lion mains. So like when Neji try to pull the rotation, cause like Neji, he's like, well, it can't really just be used for defense. I can get right in front of Naruto and then just rotation and knock him away. And then Naruto says, I know what you're trying to do. Lion's mane. And he's like, needles. And then he just pretty much just filled Neji full of needles. And then Neji's like, it's my destiny. And then he's on that crap. Then Naruto, we're not going to get like the regular talk no jutsu from Naruto, but he's going to be like, Neji, what does it matter? Don't they have, and then I'm just going to say that the Hyuga has like a tournament every 5 years to choose who can be the next heir. He's like, just get stronger, Neji, and become the heirs. You can do it because it's like main side branch, it's like secondary main branch. That's Neji, and I'm going to just say that. So he's like, you're the only person who can go up against Hinata and win. So if you win, you're the next Hyuga heir branch. I mean, the next Hyuga branch heir for the next main Hyuga branch heir. And then Neji's like, I don't care, it's my destiny. And then Naruto beats Neji, then Neji's like, oh, well, I get it now. I'm gonna train harder. Cause he straight up demolishes Hinata, and Naruto's like, what, bro, that's wrong, bro. And then like all the other stuff goes the same. Shikamaru, I think he quits. Yeah, he quits, and then all the other stuff. So I forgot who won, but I think it's Tamari. Oh yeah, Tamari won. Naruto won. And then neither Gaara or Sasuke won. So they're gonna. I'm just pick one of them. Naruto. Okay, I'm gonna say Naruto versus Tamari because I think it's gonna be a GOAT match. And then Sasuke and Gaara will not have a rematch. They might be kicked out of the tournament. Okay, I think I'm gonna say Menma goes up against Kankuro, and Menma will beat Kankuro because he will summon a toad, but it won't be like Gamabunta. It'll be a regular toad. So he'll summon a toad, and then he'll swallow Kankuro and be like, I won't let you out until you quit. And then Kankuro quit. So now it's Menma versus. I'm not gonna say Gaara go to the finals because I'm gonna be like, we can't let him go to the finals. He's too bloodthirsty. So they're gonna be like Sasuke versus Menma. Tamari versus Kankuro. Tamari versus Naruto. So then it says the next matches will be announced. And then first is actually gonna be Sasuke versus Menma. And then Kakashi gonna be like, neither one of you hold back, but neither one of you go too far. As we've seen, a lot of contestants can go too far. And then Gaara was like, Kakashi Hatake, I will come after you too. Because he knows that Kakashi's talking about him. So then Kakashi like, alright. And then, bro, Menma and Sasuke battle's gonna be a GOAT. Because Menma's gonna be like, Toad summoning, and then Sasuke gonna be like, Snake summoning. And then they summonings just gonna hit, and then I'm gonna say both of their summons get knocked out at the same time. And then Sasuke be like, Chidori. And then Menma, you already know Menma gonna be like, Mud Wall, 5 layers, because he was like, as like the training zone was going on, he was like, what if I could layer it? He was like, Mud Wall, 5 layers. And then Sasuke went through the first 4, and he cracked the 5th one. And then Menma said, this is my chance. And he punched Sasuke in the face. Sasuke was like, Fireball Jutsu. He hit Menma, and Menma got knocked out. So Kankuro was like, Father, when do we go? And he was like, right after the finals. I want to see this. Because, you know, Orochimaru, he killed the Kazekage and posed at him. He was like, I want to see who wins. Because he wanted to see if Sasuke was going to actually beat Naruto. And then Naruto versus Tamari, she was like, you cannot beat me, Naruto. And then Naruto was just like, alright. So then Tamari tried to wing us Naruto, but you know Naruto, he just gonna do the lion's mane. But he found a way to make the lion's mane be able to like not just stand in place, but you can move. So he was moving slowly. He wasn't moving that fast, but he was moving slowly. So he was right in front of her. He was like halfway he was like in the middle. She was on the other side, and then she was like, wing us, 3rd level. And so he dipped. He running on the walls. He walking on the walls. He gale palm, and he puts a hole in her fan. He puts 3 holes in her fan. He's like, gale palm, left hand, right hand. Then he does another left hand, gale palm. And then She has all 3 of her fans with holes in it, so now she can't even use it. So she tried to throw kunai, but Naruto says great breakthrough because he learned that. When they were training. Oh, sorry. When they were training. Wow, that's weird. But they were while they were training with his dad. And he learned lightning stream. And great breakthrough. He said great breakthrough and all this stuff. Hit her and pinned her to the wall. But he didn't like cut her or anything. He just pinned her to the wall. He said, give up, Tamari, please. I don't want to hurt you. And then Tamari was like, I give up. I forfeit. And then Orochimaru was like, ooh, it's getting interesting. Naruto versus Sasuke. And then he's like, after this final match, after the Chunin exams are over, as soon as the people start walking out, we'll land our invasion. Because we'll have the tactical advantage. That's what he's thinking in his head. But what he really saying is, just keep going. And then now it's Sasuke versus Naruto. We're going to say that it's another week period. Like a week to train. Then Orochimaru's like, this is my perfect chance to summon snakes all around the village underground. And it takes him a whole week to summon like 100 snakes all around the village. And then he has like that 3-headed snake thing. And then he had the sound 4 there. But Jiraiya is in the village at this moment because he was just training Naruto. And remember, he wanted to see how strong that got. So in the final match, it was Naruto versus Sasuke. And Naruto was pretty much going to beat Sasuke, but I'm going to tell you how. So both of them did fireball jutsu. Well, Naruto did a very strong and big fire bullet, while Sasuke did grand fireball jutsu. Sasuke fireball jutsu about to hit Naruto, but Naruto quickly said water bullet jutsu, and he beat it, but it didn't like go back and attack Sasuke. And then Naruto said great breakthrough as soon as Sasuke said great fireball jutsu. But instead of the fireball getting bigger and going towards Naruto, the great breakthrough was strong enough to push the fireball back at Sasuke with 2 times the strength and power and speed. So Sasuke got hit, and then Naruto beat him up against the wall, and then Sasuke was like, Chidori. And then Naruto was like, Super Gale Palm, because he made the Gale Palm really big, really condensed, and with really condensed chakra. And he said, Super Gale Palm. The Chidori was about to beat the Super Gale Palm, but Naruto already knew this. So he, instead of hitting Sasuke head on, he turned his body to like the side where Sasuke, not like the side where Sasuke's hand was down. He went like to so you know how like Sasuke used the Chidori. Naruto would go to the left side of the Chidori, and then he would slide the great Gale Palm down Sasuke's arm and immobilize his whole arm. So now Sasuke can't even use the Chidori. He says Chidori in the other hand. But he forgot that he had only a 3 times. And he used it twice against his minimum. So he couldn't use the Chidori again. So he activated he already had activated his Sharingan, but as the fight got worse and worse, he actually unlocked his 3 Tomoe. Because he was like, he was thinking in his head, all of my dreams have been crushed. I'm never going to ever be able to defeat Itachi. And then as he fights the Itachi, he's like, I'm never going to be able to beat Itachi. Then his 3 Tomoe Sharingan come out, and Naruto's like, what? And then Sasuke's like, yes, Naruto, we will finally fight full power. And then Naruto's like, great, lion's mane, needles. And then he basically just threw needles everywhere. Sasuke basically dodging them. He got hit with like 1 out of every 10 needle. And then before long, his whole right side of his body was just immobilized. So all he had was 1 leg working because, as I stated previously, his left arm was immobilized. So Sasuke had to quit. They stopped the fight and they said, Naruto, you were on the rank of high Chunin. Sasuke, you were on the rank of mid Chunin. And then when everybody started leaving, Orochimaru was like, attack! I know that wasn't how it went in canon, but I think it would be way better because Gaara went last. But if Gaara went first, don't you think they would actually change it? Because they would still want to see who could be like their primary people they need to take out. And then they would like give Shikamaru, they would do the vest ceremony. with everybody will still want to stay there because they want to see who will become Chunin or not. Gaara becomes a Chunin. They gave him the Chunin. Like, I don't think that Konoha can give the other people. Well, I'll just say that Konoha can have like all 5 villages have all 5 type of Chunin vests. So I'll give everybody a Chunin vest, but from their village. So they'll give Gaara one, Tamari one, Kankuro one. They'll give pretty much everybody who did pretty good, unless you got knocked out in the first round, but you have potential. So you wouldn't be a thing. So it'll just be like Shikamaru, Naruto, Sasuke, and Gaara. That'll be it. They said Tamari, and I'm not gonna say Tamari gets it yet. I'm gonna say when she go back to the sand, she's gonna get it. But those 4 automatically got theirs. Those 4, yeah. Naruto, well, those 3. Naruto's, yeah, Shikamaru too. Naruto, Sasuke, Shikamaru, and Gaara all got their vests right away. So then he was like attack, and then Kankuro, Tamari, and Gaara dipped. Sasuke was like, Gaara, we didn't get to finish our fight. Wait for me. And then Naruto was like, Sasuke, wait. And then Moon was like, I'm not letting my team down again. So he was dipping with him. And then, now when I'm telling you, when Shukaku came out, he didn't do like what he did to he didn't do what he did to Sakura to nobody. But Sasuke was hurt, but he used the last bit of his energy before he passed out to summon a snake. And he said, help my friends, please. And then he just dipped. He just pretty much just slept. He was asleep. And then Naruto and Mima said, Toad summon. And both of them summoned a Toad. They summoned a Toad together. And they summoned Gamabunta together. So they was like, Gamabunta, please, can you help me? They was like, how did both of you summon me? They said, we used our chakra together. And then he was like, oh, all right. And then it was like, can you get us close to his head? And then Menma, instead of Naruto bumping him on the head, Naruto was the decoy. And then Menma would bump Gaara on the head. He was like, and then both of them gave him a talk no jutsu. Naruto was like, just because you kill people doesn't mean that you're alive. You might as well be dead then. And then Man was like, you can have strength by having family with you. You have a loving brother and sister in Kankuro and Tamari. And they really like you. So, I think you should go out with them. I mean, not go out with them, but, you know, like, go out and have fun with them and stuff instead of trying to kill people all the time. And all that type of stuff. And then, like, God would be like, thank you. And then he'll call all the sand and he'll be like, dip. Go back to the sand. But after he finds out his dad dead, he's like, no. Because he just now found out the importance of family. And he's like, Naruto, I will do my best. Basically. But while that's happening, Jiraiya was with the third Hokage. So he was like Orochimaru. And then he was just throwing him with Orochimaru. And then it was the first Hokage and the second Hokage versus the third Hokage and the Monkey King Genma? What is it? I forgot. Was it Enma or Genma? Genma. I forgot, but it's the Monkey King. The Monkey King summon. So he summoned him, but then they was just throwing hands. But Orochimaru didn't get to kill him because Jiraiya somehow found out the way to reverse the Edo Tensei. So they went away, and then he chased Orochimaru out to the village. Basically. So the third Hokage is still alive, but he's very badly injured. And then Naruto comes and says, third Hokage, no. Because he did develop a relationship, because when Kakashi wasn't around and Anko wasn't around, he always go to the third Hokage and he'll give him scrolls and stuff. That's how he learned the Great Breakthrough and the Galpon. So he was like, third Hokage, no. And then third Hokage was like, my boy, this might be my last dying wish. Please go and get Tsunade or Jiraiya. Well, ask Jiraiya to be the fifth Hokage. Or if he doesn't say no, which I know he might, please go and get Tsunade. And then he went in like a coma. But when Tsunade heard that he was about to die, Tsunade straight up ran to the leaf. She was like, Master. He walked back up. He was like, Tsunade, please become the fifth Hokage for me. And then Tsunade was like, okay. Instead of like having Naruto learn Rasengan, but Naruto was like, and then Jiraiya was like, Naruto, and I have to teach y'all another jutsu to protect yourselves, because Kakashi Hatake has a lot of enemies, and you're the nine tails, and the Akatsuki are after you. And then Naruto was like, yes sir. And then both of them learned the Rasengan. Naruto learned the Rasengan in 2 weeks, and Genma learns it in a month. But he uses shadow clones, but Naruto know how to do it in one hand because you know he a prodigy and all. So Naruto go back home. He's like, Father, do you have any other jutsus I can learn? He already learned the lightning stream, so now he's gonna learn purple lightning because you don't need Chidori. You don't need the Rasengan to learn that. So he learns purple lightning. He actually learns the mud wall. He learns the water dragon jutsu. And then he learns the fireball and the great fireball. He also learned mist jutsu from Zabuza. And he learned Earth Dome. Those are all the 3 that he learned from each thing. So he has great breakthrough, and he has all the bullets, basically. He has every chakra nature, and each chakra nature he had 3 moves that he learned. So basically pretty much a balanced fighter. And he uses Kakashi style taijutsu. And that's pretty much the end of Tsunade retrieval arc, because Tsunade, instead of just staying out after her master dead, when she heard that her master was on his last dying breath, she had to come and see him. So the Tsunade retrieval arc didn't really go that stuff. But Naruto and Emma still did get attacked by Itachi, because they did get attacked by Itachi because they were still going on a training journey with Jiraiya, like a small month training trip. But Naruto was there with him, so they was pretty much just throwing hands. But Kakashi and what the shark guy name was? I can picture his face right now, but I can't really say his name. Well, the shark guy. I can't remember his sword name either. But yeah, he came. He was eating chakra. Basically, he drank them, but then Jiraiya came and saved him. Itachi them escaped it. Oh yeah, Kisame with Samehara. So they escaped the same way with the black fire, Amaterasu. And then Jiraiya was like, "Oh, y'all okay?" And then they were like, "Yes." And he said, "Y'all need to go back to the village." So he took them back to the village. They took him back to the village, and then that's the end of that arc. So I'm gonna catch you on the next video. I hope you liked it.